It is obvious that we are in the midst of the most severe crisis the world has experienced since World War II.
I am Ernst Stavro Blofeld.
75 years ago, countries and people came together to shape the post-war global order.
Back in the 60s, I developed a weather-changing machine, which was in essence a sophisticated heat beam, which we called a laser.
Which brought us decades of peace, increased global cooperation and prosperity to hundreds of millions of people around the world.
Gentlemen, I have a plan.
The COVID-19 crisis has shown us that our old systems are not fit anymore for the 21st century.
For 70 years, Hydra has been secretly feeding crisis, reaping war. And when history did not cooperate, history was changed.
It has laid bare the fundamental lack of social cohesion, fairness, inclusion, and equality.
Hydra was founded on the belief that humanity could not be trusted with its own freedom. What we did not realize was that if you try to take that freedom, they resist. The war taught us much. Humanity needed to surrender its freedom willingly.
Today is the beginning of a global mobilization effort to rally our forces behind this Great Reset initiative.
Try to take over the world.
We do not want to do just patchwork on our old system. It's not enough to change a few policies to address short-term issues. What we need is a change of mindsets. It came out in the discussion of business models, of lifestyles, in order to achieve a more cohesive, more collaborative, more resilient world.
Excellent.
What kind of world do we want to build? What do we know? What did we learn? I think the world which we want to create with the Great Reset has to be much more resilient.
To build a really better world sometimes means having to tear the old one down.
It has to be because security, people will demand for more security. Physical security, health security.
Hydra created a world so chaotic that humanity is finally ready to sacrifice its freedom to gain its security.
So if we want to avoid some kind of social revolutions, and we have seen the signs of anger on the streets already the last weeks.
Once the purification process is complete, Hydra's new world order will arise.
We know now that the next crisis is already waiting for us around the corner, and it is the climate crisis.
After the earthquakes and tidal waves, they won't be quite the human beings you remember. They'll be more tractable, easier for you to rule.
It's even aggravated by the question about the vaccine itself. We don't know yet, for example, is one dose sufficient? Do you need 2 doses? In what interval? Do you have even to be vaccinated every year? Because the antibodies may not sustain for a long time.
I am Locutus of Borg. Resistance is futile. Your life, as it has been, is over. From this time forward, you will service us.
Now is the historical moment, the time, not only to fight severe virus, but to shape the system for the need for the post-corona era.
I would not rule out the chance to preserve a nucleus of human specimens.
We have a choice to remain passive, which would lead to the amplification of many of the trends we see today.
Of course, it would be absolutely vital that our top government and military men be included. to foster and impart the required principles of leadership and tradition.
Polarization, nationalism, racism, and ultimately increased social unrest and conflicts. But we have another choice. We can build a new social contract, particularly integrating the next generation. We can change our behavior to be in harmony with nature again.
Also, when they go down into the mine, everyone will still be alive. There will be no shocking memories, and the prevailing motion will be one of nostalgia for those left behind, combined with a spirit of bold curiosity for the adventure ahead.
And we can make sure that the technologies of the fourth industrial revolution are best utilized to provide us with better lives. In short, we need a great reset. We have to mobilize all constituents of our global society to work together. We must not miss this unique window of opportunity.
Together we could conquer the universe!